All right, class, this is lesson 146 of math, and we're going to talk a little bit about number words before we get into our new thing that we're learning. Okay, so I have some number words written on the board, and we've practiced with these a lot. So I want you to look at the first one, TWO, and tell me what TWO is. TWO. Go ahead and call it out. TWO spells what number? 2. If you got 2, give yourself a thumbs up. Okay, and then I have, this is the one that's the silliest one of all. Okay, EIGHT. What in the world does EIGHT spell? It's crazy, but it spells 8. Okay, so EIGHT is 8. ONE. ONE, I'll give you a hint. This is the first one we learned. It's 1, right? Okay, now, we know a couple numbers that start with S, but the E and the V kind of give me a clue. 7, what would that be? 7. And then this one, probably should have another one of these for our clue, right? What is this word? It is 3. And that's why it should have 3 E's, right? Because it's 3. Okay, so just a little review on our number words. And then I'm going to move you, and hopefully you don't go all crooked. Coming over here. Okay, make sure you're going to be able to see what I'm writing on the board next to it. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about subtraction. We're going to talk about minus the minus. So let's say our minus the minus poem. Even go a little further over this way. Oh, I guess it's not back enough. Whatever. Okay, let's just say it. Ready? Linus the minus is a naughty young lad, always taking away. He is oh so bad. When he comes around, you will end up with less. He makes a big difference, but he'll never confess. Okay, so we are talking about subtraction, and we know that subtraction means taking away, right? Okay, so I have these little eggs up here. How many eggs do I have? Let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a story problem for this. Jimmy, my son, went out to the chicken coop and gathered 5 eggs. So we start with how many we started with. He had 5. But he tripped on something in the yard, and he fell, and he dropped and cracked all 5 of the eggs. So that would be a minus 5. He started out with 5. He tripped and fell, broke all 5. Guys, how many eggs does he have left to bring into the house? None. 0. Okay? So this is called subtracting all of a number. What happens when you have 5 and you lose all 5? Now you have what? None. 0. Zilch. Nada. You have nothing. Okay? So when you have the same number in subtraction, 5 minus 5, you're all out. You have nothing left. Okay? Let's try another one of these. Butterflies. There were 3, you can see them there, 3 butterflies hanging out on my front porch. But then I let Gus outside, and all 3 of the butterflies flew away. So how many butterflies were left hanging out on my front porch? 0. Okay, so how would that look? Well, we had 3 butterflies hanging out on the front porch, but all 3 of them flew away when Gus came outside. So now how many butterflies are hanging out on my front porch? 0, none. I'm subtracting the whole, all that I had. It's all gone. Okay? Here's another one. This is Nelson. What's the chance? I got all 4 purple. Mrs. Nelson has 4 Starburst jelly beans. How many Starburst jelly beans do I have in my hand? I have 4. So that's my starting number. And then I ate all 4. So minus 4. How many Starburst jelly beans do I have left? I'm still chewing. None. 0. I ate all of them. Okay, So are you kind of getting the gist here that if you subtract all of your number, you have nothing left, right? It doesn't matter how small the number is or how big the number is. If you subtract all of it, you have 0 left. Here's an example of a big number. Mrs. Nelson had $100. And she went into TJ Maxx with that $100. Mrs. Nelson spent all 100 of her dollars at TJ Maxx. How much money does Mrs. Nelson have left? None, 0. Okay, so like I said, it doesn't matter how small or how big the number is. If you subtract all of it, you will end up with 0. Okay, you do have a worksheet today. You have front and back of lesson 146. Again, I can't show it to you because it's got answers on it. But, so front and back, Mom and Dad, you're doing both sides today. Class, the back side is a coloring by the code. You have to do some addition. I think it's addition. Let me look at it again. It's either addition or subtraction, but I'm thinking addition. Let me look. Oh, it's both. It's mostly addition, but there's some subtraction on there too. Anyways, there's a color code. It's going to be a coloring contest. I know that we are not together right now, but we will be. So your parents are holding on to all of your worksheets to turn in on May 7th when you come back. So I want that to be a nice job. You have to do all of the adding and subtracting right first, and then your coloring needs to look amazing. Okay, no scribbling allowed. Not even when you're at home, okay? So do your front and your back, color neatly. Mom and Dad will save that, and then once I get them all back, we'll have someone judge them and see who the winner is. All right, guys, do your very best.